My name is David McLean, and I'm going to become one of the top curriculum developers and designers for the United States Army Training and Doctrine Command. It means much more to me now that I take the elements of my life and I put them together to create a purpose in my life. I have been a biologist, a teacher, a soldier, an IT specialist, and all skills that are essential to this upcoming task. The Master's in Instructional Design and Technology will allow me to finally qualify academically to a purpose I've been doing for a long time. Let's take a look at the 5 strategies from Green's book Mastery and focus on some specific insights. Return to your origins brought about a hero of science for me. Marie Curie was a pioneer in the field of radiological research. For her to gain inspiration from her father's laboratory is just amazing. I mean, she would return to that room again and again to stare at the instruments and imagine what she could do. In finding your perfect niche, I was taken quite a bit from the inspiration of Yoki Matsuoka. Her passions were sports and science, and after seeing where her success would lie in sports, she focused on her scientific abilities in robotics. Her quest to understand and have the ultimate knowledge drove her forward into neuroscience. She added upon her existing base to gain the deepest level of understanding, and I feel I follow kind of in the same path. In avoiding the false path, we see a heartbreaking picture of Mozart and the eventual falling away from his father as he no longer desired to follow his wishes. He was really gifted in many areas, but composing was his passion, so it took an act of rebellion to see his passion realized. Eddie Roach had to let go of his boxing past in order to find his true path, which was training boxers. He had thought his dream was to fight, but he wasn't a very good fighter. He did know and understand technique, and with some of the new training techniques, he was able to revolutionize the training technique. Instead of trying to prove everyone wrong by fighting, he became a great trainer in boxing and MMA. And adaptation and letting go of his past definitely helped him. But finding your way back, the life or death strategy of Buckminster Fuller is pretty wild. I mean, he had great success and then great failure, and he put himself in a position to kill himself so that his family would survive. He had to make hard choices in order to recover and move forward in his life. They prospered and saw his dreams realized. So many of these strategies can be combined in different ways to create a pathway to mastery, but I find that occupying the perfect niche is the one that I have the most similarities with. Green says that the career world is like an ecological system. People occupy particular fields within which they must compete for resources and survival. Right now, I'm in a battle to be recognized for my skills and passion. Part of that is fighting for a slot, as they are limited, and this degree will help satisfy the academic requirement that they have for the position. Green also says find a niche in the ecology that you can dominate. I have the unique blend of many fields and experiences which others are already drawing upon for their success. I already dominate. I'm just not where I want to be. The last piece Green's wisdom I've taken to heart is once you've mastered your first field, you look to other subjects or skills that you can conquer on your own time if necessary. Now, I've been working through one skill after other to be able to be on the top. I have a science background with certified teaching experience. I have the soldier background, so I know the struggle and the life. I have an IT background to be able to build and develop in the computer field. And the last step for me is the design and implementation piece, which I'm learning here at Full Sail. The turning point in my life has been a little bit of the false path, life or death, and perfect niche when you roll together. I failed pharmacy school. Both my parents are medical, and I've always really been good at science, and they pushed me the entire way. And I didn't like it, despite that I would have made plenty of money. Instead, I had no direction, so I joined the military and began working on one of my passions in life, which is teaching. So after I finished a degree while I was on active duty, I went that direction and I served my active time and kind of got complete. But I was uneasy with just staying in that path, so I went for computer science and certifications and then another deployment. And right now, I'm working so close to my goal, and I talk with my future boss every day. I will be developing the new way the Army does education, and it's absolutely killed me to do their distance education, and the leadership agrees that it's absolutely horrible. And I really want to be there within the next 2 years. Right now, my goals are to finish the small tasks of this class early so I can enjoy my family in the upcoming season. My second goal is to read everything that is assigned first before attempting to complete assignments. Both may not seem like much, but I waste a lot of time in the small tasks, and I don't read through, and eventually I get knocked for it, which is something I should have been clearly reading. It's usually the small details that create the most fundamental change, and that will help me move forward on the path for instructional design and technology mastery.